This morning, there's a shocking new survey being released on tweens and teens' dating habits, specifically when it comes to the amount of violence and abuse they often face. Early Show national correspondent Tracy Smith has details.
At a time when teen idols like Jamie Lynn Spears are getting pregnant, some troubling numbers. A new study found that kids are having relationships at a younger age, even as young as 11.
I think we were surprised at how many tweens or how many kids ages 11 and 12 are dealing with these issues.
These relationships are often far from healthy. According to the study, 40% of 11 and 12-year-olds say they have friends who've been victims of verbal abuse while dating. But even more disturbing, 20% of 13 and 14-year-olds say they have friends who've experienced dating violence, such as getting struck, hit, or slapped by a boyfriend or girlfriend. And it doesn't stop there. Many teens and tweens also say they were victims of technological abuse. In other words,
cell phones, paging, IMs, social networking sites where the perpetrator uses those vehicles to perpetrate the abuse.
What's behind all this? Researchers believe early sexual activity tends to fuel dating violence among teens and tweens, which might explain why 69% of teens who had sex by age 14 say they were victims of abuse while in a relationship.
Parents, while they think they know what their tweens and teens, frankly, but their tweens relationships are, they really are not fully aware of what's going on. Really scary.
Experts say programs are needed to help parents and their kids recognize unhealthy relationships and to stop them before they start. For The Early Show, Tracy Smith, CBS News, New York.
Alarmed by this trend, the National Association of Attorneys General passed a resolution urging states to establish educational programs on teen dating violence. Joining us are Patrick Lynch, the Attorney General of Rhode Island, and Dr. Elizabeth Miller, who helped analyze the survey results. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning, Russ.
Good morning.
Attorney General, I'll begin with you. Specifically, what do you want teens to know?
Well, I want them to be educated, to know they have a resource. Those stats that we heard leading in are absolutely alarming. And for me, as a chief law enforcement officer in my state, it actually evolved out of a particular murder. The parents of a young woman, Lindsay Ann Burke, had the strength to come forward to our State House and demand that we formally educate and mandate it through the law from grades 7 to 12 that young people will be educated. I then took it nationally as the head of my association with John Bruning, the Nebraska Attorney General, and have now put a push on that each state turn an eye to what we can do to educate young people to these horrors so that the violence doesn't not only occur at that level but isn't perpetuated in generations to come.
Dr. Miller, let's talk about parents. What can parents do to help out?
Well, I think, we have Liz Claiborne to thank for conducting this survey, and what was really important is that they not only surveyed tweens, the 11 to 14-year-olds, but their parents as well. And what we learned is that while parents recognize that kids are engaging in dating, they did not recognize the extent to which many of these young people are experiencing emotional abuse, physical abuse, as well as sexual abuse in these dating relationships.
As someone who
really
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Absolutely. I was going to say what we really need parents to understand is to know what the warning signs of abuse are in these early dating relationships.
And they can get that from websites. They can get that from the Attorney General website there in Rhode Island. I want to thank you both, Attorney General Patrick Lynch and Dr. Elizabeth Miller.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good luck to you.
Thank you.